Welcome to Baker High Wildcats football. And now, Baker High Wildcats football.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Terry Parker High School for tonight's Class 5A matchup between the Baker County Wildcats and Terry Parker High School, the Braves of Terry Parker High School. I'm Mike Cruz, joined as always by Jackie Baker and statistician Justin Thomas, and we're set to bring you all the action of Baker County Wildcat football right here tonight from Terry Parker High School over on the south-north side of Jacksonville and just across the Matthews Bridge. And beautiful night for football here as we get ready, approaching 6 o'clock Eastern time, and both teams ready to play some football. Big one here tonight. Terry Parker comes into the ball game 2 wins and 2 losses. A couple of wins over Bishop Kenny and Raines. A couple of good quality wins for Terry Parker coming into the game. Played a very tough Fletcher team. Had a tough time with Fletcher, but only lost by a point to Atlantic Coast. And this is a Terry Parker team, Jackie, that we know well, and a Terry Parker team that's going to be tough for the Wildcats tonight. Weston Avera is the captain for the Wildcats. He's at midfield, and they're about ready to have the coin toss. Jackie, what are your thoughts here, and what are the keys to tonight's game?
I mean, this is a very similar matchup to what we had last week, Mike. You got a Terry Parker team that's got athletes all over the field, and this defense, they're going to have to play assignment football again this Friday. They did a great job against Westside. We found out on the Dependable Heating and Air coaches show that swing pass was exactly what that Wildcat defense wanted to allow to happen. And so tonight they're going to try to keep everything underneath, and as long as we don't let any deep balls get caught looking in the backfield, I think we can handle them pretty well. But this offensive line, they're going to have to step up and do a good job tonight. Big dudes over there on Terry Parker's sideline, roaming those sidelines, so we're going to have our work cut out for us.
Wildcats have been winning big all year. The defense has only allowed 12 points. They will be tested tonight. Terry Parker won the opening coin toss, and Terry Parker has deferred to the second half, so the Wildcats will get the ball first here to start the football game. The Wildcats come out tonight dressed in red pants with the white jerseys and the black helmets. Terry Parker in all red pants with the red jerseys and the red helmets. So Terry Parker winning the toss, defers to the second half, so we'll get to see the Wildcat up-tempo offense right out of the gates, Jackie. And last week we won the toss over at Westside, deferred to the second half. We're able to get the ball coming out of the halftime locker room, and the third quarter, things kind of changed last week against Westside in the third quarter, so that didn't really play out too well for us. So maybe getting the ball to start the game on offense, we can set the tone early.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mike. If we can go down and put some points on the board early again. Terry Parker, about like Westside, called us their measuring stick. Terry Parker thinks they're going to beat us tonight. This isn't their measuring stick. They're coming into this game confident that they're going to beat the Baker County Wildcats. So, again, you're going to have your work cut out for you on both sides of the football, so it's going to be imperative that we come right out and able to control the clock, control the football, and go down and put points up on the board.
Well, that's what the game plan would call for. The Wildcats will get the ball to start the game. You hear the crowd behind us, both teams getting set to come out of the locker room. Terry Parker down to the left coming out, and we're excited. We're going to have the national anthem here in just a moment, so we're going to take about a 2-minute timeout, maybe a 3-minute timeout, and we'll come back with the start of tonight's game. And we're going to take off right now for the national anthem, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation is honored to be a sponsor of Wildcat football. James Curry is a proud Baker County Wildcat, class of 1987. He and his wife Shannon own Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation, located at 380 North Louder Street in McClenny. They can be reached 24 hours a day by calling 259-2806. To learn more, please visit www.blackburncurryfh.com. Proving not all funeral homes are the same, one family at a time. Go Wildcat.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
Hey, Wildcat fans. This is Anita Cruz with Country Financial Credit Union. This challenging year has caused us to miss out on many of our favorite things, but thankfully it hasn't taken away our Friday night life. It also hasn't changed our credit union's ability to serve your financial needs. Whether you're looking for fee-free checking, mobile banking, or great rates on loans, we're here to help. In fact, we're big enough to meet all your financial needs, yet small enough to deliver personal service to every member. Country Financial Credit Union, hometown banking, hometown people, and proud sponsor of the Baker County Wildcats, insured by NCUA.
And we welcome you back here to Joe Hodge Stadium at Terry Parker High School in Jacksonville, Florida, set for tonight's football game between the Baker County Wildcats and the Terry Parker Braves. The Parker Braves are going to kick off to the Wildcats, and the Wildcats will be moving right to left across your radio dial as we get set for play here tonight. As I mentioned, Weston Abra was the captain of tonight's ball game for the Wildcats. Weston went out there with his number 56. He's been playing some awesome defense on the defensive side of the ball for the Cats this year at that defensive tackle position. Wildcats bringing a lot of fans over here tonight, Jackie. Some folks getting ready for the ball game, and you heard the PA announcer telling everybody that it's a social distancing and face mask atmosphere here, and looks like Terry Parker's fans are doing just that.
It's pretty easy to social distance when you got stands that go from 20 to 20 and you got 15 people over there. So Baker County once again dominating the attendance at these Duval County schools.
Wildcats, like I said, move right to left across your radio dial. Terry Parker with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Here we go. Wildcats Braves from Jacksonville, Florida. Wildcats 4-0 on the season, coming off a big win last week against Westside, a team that we lost to last year, a team that we needed a win against. And like you said earlier, Jackie, measuring stick game, Wildcats handled that one well. Have only given up 12 points on defense all year. The Wildcats will return this kick. Jamod Ruiz has got it. He's across the 20. Jamod's across the 30, and he's going to be forced out of bounds over here on the Wildcat sideline around the 35-yard line. So the Wildcats right in front of us on the 35 will send the offense on the field.
Yeah, good return that time by Jamod. Terry Parker electing to kick it deep right there, and goes to show me they may not watch much film this week because I'm not sure I'd be kicking it to that guy.
Jamod's had some exciting plays this year. Big kickoff return for 99 yards in the win against Orange Park. Jamod had an 80-yard touchdown catch last week from Carson Crawford on a highlight reel pass and catch touchdown. So Jamod getting it done this year for the Cats. Carson Crawford in the shotgun to start the game. He's going to run it himself, and he's going to be out across the 40, and Crawford's going to pick up 8 or 9 yards here on the first play of the ball game.
Yeah, good run that time by Carson Crawford. He starts back there with Scooby Graham and Jamarian Baker, and Carson elects to keep it himself, and he got hit at the line of scrimmage, but able to break down the initial tackle and picks up big yardage on first down.
Duval County, 6 o'clock kickoff tonight. Hopefully you Wildcat fans are tuned in. Stay right here, 97.5 WFBB. We'll bring you the action. Scooby Graham's going to carry, and he's going to take it on 2nd down and 2 to the right side, close to the Terry Parker sideline over there near midfield. Looks like he's going to be very, very close to the first down. He may have it, as he was able to escape a couple of tacklers at the line of scrimmage and get outside.
Yeah, he picked up the first down by a long shot by about 2 yards, and just like you talked about, they go hurry here, Mike, and on first down, picking up 7 yards helps you.
First down from midfield. Crawford going to swing it out to Crawford. Cameron Crawford's got the catch, and he's going to get a touchdown. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Cameron Crawford broke a tackle, Jackie, and he was in the clear. The Wildcats take a 6-0 lead.
Wow, and just like that, third play, offensive play of the game, and Coach May saw it out there. Carson Crawford recognized nobody covering his brother, swings it out to him, and 2 good blocks on the outside springs Cameron Crawford for a huge touchdown.
3 plays into the ball game and only 53 seconds off of the clock, and the Wildcats are in the end zone. 6-0. Cats on top. Blake Mays will attempt the extra point. The snap is back, the set down, and the kick is good. Right down the middle. 7-0. The Wildcats lead before we can even get started here. We haven't even introduced the starting lineup for the ball game, and the Cats are on top 7-0. Big pass play right there.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, they didn't even have the chain set yet, and I was about to say something about it, and it's a good thing they didn't blow the whistle because, like I said, they dialed it up perfectly. Pass to Cameron Crawford, and he goes 50 yards for a touchdown, and like that, Wildcats up 7-0.
7-0 Wildcats here early on. The Wildcats will now set off to turn around and kick it back to Terry Parker, and maybe they're rethinking that decision to defer to the second half. What do you think?
Yeah, well, we talked about scoring right off the rip, and that's exactly what we do. We don't waste any time. I always take points over anything, but we said clock management. Well, we managed to only run off 53 seconds and score.
Blake Mays has it teed up at the 40-yard line. The Wildcats will kick it back to Terry Parker here. Short kick here. They kick it past the front line. Oh, almost had a Wildcat come down and jump on it, and Terry Parker will start around their own 40-yard line. We're going to be watching the quarterback. He's number 3. Jackie, he's just a sophomore. And Roman Doles is the sophomore quarterback, number 3. Watch out for his brother, number 1, Cavante Doles. He's a senior. And we'll be watching those two numbers, number 1 and number 3, here to start this ball game.
Yeah, sophomore quarterback. Like you talked about, we played an underclassmen quarterback earlier this year in Bradford County, so let's see if the same result.
Doles back there at quarterback. He's got no backs in the backfield and swings one outright, and that's going to be overthrown and incomplete. And that pass was behind the line, wasn't it, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I think that's what the line judge here, that's what he's telling the white hat.
Pass was backwards, so that pass will count as a running play, and since it went out of bounds, that should lose about 5 yards on the play. Now they're going to talk about it.
And, I mean, it didn't even look close. Coach Kennedy, he's down there, and he's telling them that not even close.
Call it a 5-yard loss on the play as he throws it out of bounds backwards. Anytime you throw a backwards lateral, we saw it last week in the game against Westside. If you throw a backwards lateral and that ball is not caught, well, that's a live ball. So this time it sailed out of bounds, so no harm, no foul for anybody trying to recover it, but they lose 5 yards. Maybe even 6. Second down play now. Doles has a back in the backfield with him, but he's going to drop the pass. He's going to now scramble out of there and fire one across the middle, and that's nowhere near complete as the Wildcats had all kind of defensive linemen in the face of Doles as he was trying to throw it, and he just threw it in the ground.
Yeah, good pressure that time. Zay Mobley in the backfield, Cade Richardson, those guys getting after him again, making Doles uncomfortable. And that's what you got to do to a young quarterback, Mike. At any level of football, they say, if you can make him uncomfortable, get in his face a little bit. And that's exactly what that Wildcat front did on that one, and he threw the ball into the dirt, brings up a long third down.
Doles may have been better served to run on that play as he threw an errant pass. 3rd down and 16. Straight drop for the quarterback. Now he's going to look downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. Nobody in the area. He was trying to hit number 7. That was Glickman, number 7, running across the middle there, and he just was incomplete. The pass was nowhere near him, Jackie, so the Wildcat defense forces a 3-and-out. And with that 3-and-out, only 14 seconds tick off the clock.
Yeah, Coach Canada elected to bring some pressure that time right up the middle. And, again, I thought Doles had the opportunity to run, but I will give him credit. He's keeping his eyes downfield. And that time, though, just another errant pass. So the Wildcats forced a 3-and-out. They're going to get the ball back with almost a minute run off the clock in the first quarter.
Barely a minute, yeah. I mean, so that's something to keep your eye on, though, because I think Doles did have room to run if he chose to do so, and he didn't do it. J-Mod comes up, fields the punt on a roll at the 40-yard line. He's to the 45. Ruiz is across midfield. He's still on his feet into Terry Parker territory, and J-Mod Ruiz all the way down the sideline is finally going to be tackled around the 20-yard line. What a great return from J-Mod Ruiz.
That's one of those plays we talked about. I mean, you talked about net yardage last week, Mike. He let it roll, and that ball was going to roll 20 yards, and J-Mod able to scoop it up, and with a huge return and only one man to beat, I thought he had it. I thought if he'd have come back, he was going to score a touchdown, but nonetheless, another electrifying return by J-Mod Ruiz.
First down and 10. Wildcats will start right at the 20 now after the electrifying punt return for Ruiz. Only a minute and a half off the clock here. The Wildcats in the red zone again after a touchdown on their opening drive. The Wildcats lead at 7-0 if you're just joining us. Crawford going to give the ball to Cam Smith, but he pulls out, keeps it himself. Crawford lost his helmet on the play, but picked up positive yardage.
Yeah, picked up big yardage on first down, and that's what we didn't have a chance to really talk about that on the first drive as we scored on the third offensive play. Crawford's got to come out of the game because of his helmet, but when you're picking up 8 and 9 yards on first down, it makes the play calling a lot easier.
Noah Ray checks in while Crawford gets his helmet back on and hands the ball up the middle for the Cats. A couple of tough yards there as we're fighting for the first down near the 10. Crawford will check back in. Wildcats got about 7 on the Crawford run to start this series, and now it'll be 3rd and 1 from just outside the 10-yard line.
Oh, man. 3rd and inches there. That's
close. Crawford in the shotgun, going to give the ball to Cam Smith, and Cam Smith's going to fight ahead for the first down, hopefully. It'll be right at the 10-yard line. Terry Parker's defensive front is solid.
Yeah, big guys down there.
That zone read may come into play tonight with some misdirection up front. The Wildcats have a 1st and goal now from inside the 10-yard line. Clock ticks under 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter, just underway. Cats on top already, 7-0. Pass play to the right side. Cameron Crawford's got a catch, and Cameron Crawford's going to be tackled down around the 5-yard line. He got ahead for a couple of tough yards. Little swing pass out to the right side, trying to get a block over there and get Crawford loose.
Yeah, they must really see something in that. That's the same play Cameron Crawford scored on earlier, and down inside the red zone, normally you're just going to get a heavy dose of Scooby Graham, Carson Crawford, Jamarian Baker, and Cam Smith, but Coach Mays electing to swing it out.
Second down play, second down inside the 10. Crawford keeps it himself. The snap was high. I'm not sure if it was designed for him to keep it, but he keeps it himself off the right tackle and goes into the end zone. And before you can blink here, the Cats on top 13-0.
My goodness. Yeah. Man, if you really can't script any better than what's happened right here. The offense comes right out. They score on the 3rd play of the game. Defense holds Terry Parker to a 3-and-out, and the Wildcats drive right down and score again. Blake Mays adds the extra point. So now 14-0, Baker County with 9:13 left in the first quarter.
Wildcats scored on a 50-yard touchdown pass from Carson Crawford to Cameron Crawford on the 3rd play of the ball game. And now, after an electrifying J-Mod Ruiz punt return, the Wildcats stick it in the end zone again. A Carson Crawford 6-yard touchdown run makes it a 14-0 game as Blake Mays adds the extra point. Wildcats getting it done Larry Birkin style. What does Larry say about it?
Larry said just come on. And I'm telling you right now, Cameron Crawford said come on as he ran away from everybody on a 50-yard touchdown pass. And then his brother turns right around and runs it right up the middle for about a 5-yard touchdown run. So a lot of offense so far, Mike.
If the Wildcats were one of those people that Terry Parker thought they were going to beat, they're going to have to do it from behind. 14-0, they trail. The Wildcats down here on coverage on the kickoff and going to get a tackle down around the 30-yard line or so. A good tackle coming up there by one of the Wildcats. Looks like number 13.
Yeah, great coverage that time. Trying to just find Blake Mays trying to find a hole somewhere in that kickoff return.
Orlando Holland, number 13, getting down there for the special teams tackle for the Cats. And they'll have a first down and 10 from inside the 30 around the 28-yard line, and we'll see what they learned from that first possession.
Yeah, last series got some pressure. I tell you, Terry Parker, they had their mind made up. They were going to come out and throw the ball and didn't accomplish anything, but losing 5 yards on a swing pass right off the rip. So Coach Kennedy's defense going to get after it again.
The Braves moving left to right across your radio dial, wearing all red. Red helmets with the red pants and the red jerseys trimmed in white numerals. Here we go. They're going to run a little Wildcat formation here. This is Cavante Doles, and he's got some running room as he takes the Wildcat snap and runs out near midfield, about a 12-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, that's a good run that time by Cavante Doles, the brother of Roman Doles, the starting quarterback, and that time they put 11 inside on the line of scrimmage there and said, you know what, we're just going to try to outman you a little bit, and they did to that Wildcat defense, and they're going to hang out right there.
8:50 to go in the first quarter. Wildcats on top 14-0. Early start time here, 6 o'clock from Terry Parker High School. Cavante Doles is going to stay in the Wildcat formation here against the Wildcats. They're going to run a little jet sweep to the right side, a little misdirection, but the Wildcats clog it up pretty well in the middle as Doles takes it straight ahead. He's going to get some positive yardage out near midfield, but pickup of about 3, second down and 7.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just a jet sweep, and Doles is reading that defensive end and letting him whether he wants to keep it or not. And shifty, Cavante Doles. I mean, made a couple guys miss on that first down play a moment ago, and now picks up 3 yards on first down.
Second down 7, just shy of midfield. They're going to snap it back to Doles again. They're going to run the jet sweep this time to the right side. And the receiver's got a big hole, 30, 25, 20. And he's going to be forced out near the 10-yard line, around the 15-yard line on the far side over there before the Wildcats can corral him. But a jet sweep turns into a big play for Terry Parker.
And that time, you're right. I mean, he gives it to the wide receiver on the jet sweep, and it was almost like we fell asleep. I mean, nobody even reacted to that until he was 8, 9 yards up the field. And so a big gain that time by the Terry Parker offense, and they may have found something.
Dubose on the carry that time, and he picked up big yardage there just outside the 10-yard line of the Cats. First down and 10. The Wildcat defense is going to have to step up here to keep them out of the end zone. 7:30 to go, first quarter. They still run this formation with Cavante Doles back there running that Wildcat formation, and he's going to pick up yardage down inside the 10, churning his legs. The Wildcats have to take 2 or 3 guys to bring him down on the far sideline. So Cavante Doles, just running a very, very basic Wildcat formation, picks up good yardage.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not discrediting their offensive line right now, but, I mean, this is very basic. I mean, this is straight Wildcat. We're going to snap it to Cavante Doles and try to stop him. And, again, he picks up 8 yards on first down, so they're inside the 5-yard line now with a chance to pick up a first down.
They can get a first down about the 2.5-yard line. They sit here second down and 2 from just about the 5-yard line. Cavante Doles goes back to the receiver formation now, and he's going to get thought he was going to get the jet sweep coming around, but the quarterback did not hand it off this time, and they're changing personnel a lot, Jackie. That was number 6, Brooks, and he was the new quarterback in now. I haven't seen Roman Doles come back on the field, the starting quarterback, and now he might be headed out now.
Yeah, it looks like he's coming in now, but you're right. I mean, just trying to listen. We call it basic, but at the end of the day, is put your athletes in space, and that's what they've done. Get the ball in their hands, and that's what Terry Parker's done on this drive. And so now you're looking at a 3rd and 1 situation from about the 5-yard line, right inside the 5-yard line. Let's see if this Wildcat defense can make a stand.
3rd down. They're going to split 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to give the ball. Roman Doles gives to his brother Cavante, and Cavante is going to fight down toward the marker, and he's going to have a first down and goal inside the 5-yard line. Wildcat defense did good that time, but it just didn't have a lot of room. They only needed a yard. He's probably picked up 2. It'll be first and goal from about the 2-yard line. We're going to have a timeout on the field. The Wildcats lead at 14-0. Let's send it back to the station for a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
Friday Night Lights here at Terry Parker High School. Mike Cruz, Jackie Baker bringing you all the action. 2020 Baker County Wildcat football right here on the home of Glen Baptist Church, WFBB 97.5. Shout out to my man John Meadows back in the studio working hard, keeping us on time with commercial breaks. First down and goal, Terry Parker, and the Wildcats are going to come across offsides on the hard count, and they only had 2 yards to go. Now they only have 1 yard to go. First and goal at the 1. This will be a great stand if the Wildcats can keep them out of the end zone. But Terry Parker looking pretty methodical on this drive. They've run the Wildcat formation in one jet sweep and all the way down inside the 1 yard line here. 3 receivers to the right, quarterback in the shotgun. That's Roman Doles. He's going to get off of the Cats in the backfield. Good penetration that time by the Wildcat defensive front. I saw Zane Mobley in there along with number 9. Somebody changed numbers, Jackie?
I think that's Toby Kinghorn, if I'm not mistaken. I can't see that far. He may have number 9, but it may be a 3 folded up.
Could be a 3 folded up. I thought it was a 9, but that's a loss of 2 on the play. Takes them back to the 3 yard line. Second down and goal. Roman Doles in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers to the right side. Dole's going to give it again. No, he's going to keep it himself. Running to the right. He fumbled the football, got it back. He fell right on it, but picked up maybe a yard down to the 1.5 yard line. It'll be third and goal. So the Cat defense still there. That was close.
That was very close. And again, Toby Kinghorn made a good tackle there, touchdown saving tackle, and third down. Lost that ball for just a minute. Man, I was hoping we could jump on that. But here goes this Wildcat defense with a chance to make a stand here. Third and goal from the 1 yard line.
Make them make a decision. Third down and goal. Stop them here. Make them lose some yardage. Think about it. 3 receivers set again. They have not thrown the football on this drive after 3 incompletions on the first drive. They just go straight ahead behind Roman Doles trying to push the pile, and I don't think he got it.
Yeah, he's short. No. The line judge comes in. Going to call him short right here, and that was just a quarterback sneak. Tried to line up behind those big offensive linemen and just get a push, and that defensive front was having none of it. And here they go, fourth down.
Fourth down and goal. They started at the 2 yard line, and they're still at the 1. They're going to at the middle, and Weston Averill just blew it up. The Wildcat defense is in there. The ball's loose, and Weston Averill was the first guy in there. He blew it up, and they're going to mark him down at the 1 yard line.
Weston Averill just blew it up. My goodness, you called it, Mike. Weston Averill at the snap of the football. I think he got the ball from the center before the quarterback did and just blew it up from the get-go, and that's a huge stand by that Wildcat defense.
Captain of the game for the Wildcats, number 56, Weston Averill. He got in there and blew it up. What a play. The Wildcat defense, a goal line stand, and the only unfortunate thing about that now, Jackie, is the offense starts at the 1 yard line.
Yeah. Coach Mays, he's thanking Coach Kennedy right now for this starting field position, but golly, you never want to be in the shadows of your own goalpost, but the way this offense is moving, let's just pick up a first down. Let's get out of the end zone here.
Let's line it up behind this left tackle, 68, Ross Crummy, and run the football, but a flag down before the play. And this comes from the back judge. How many guys they got on the field?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
12. They got 12. If they've got 12, there'll be a legal substitution, but
I only see 11. I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I only see 11.
You throw the flag, what we call?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
10, 11.
9, 10, 11. No, I see 12 now. They do have 12.
He was hiding.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when you start from the 1 yard line, you'll take 5 yards for sure, and that illegal substitution penalty will move it out to the 6 yard line and give the Wildcats a little breathing room.
Yeah, that helps a lot. That helps a lot. Takes you from the inside the 1 yard line to now on the 5 yard line, and you can breathe a little bit easier here.
First down and 5 from the 6 yard line. Carson Crawford in the shotgun. He's going to look to throw. He fires one out here. Tipped at the line of scrimmage is going to be picked off. Carson Crawford was trying to throw it down the sideline here, and the ball was batted down or batted up at the line of scrimmage. And Terry Parker is going to get an interception on a ball that was just floating in the air, and the defense is going to have to come right back on the field.
Oh, man, that's a backbreaker there.
You saw it coming, Jackie. The ball deflected at the line, went up in the air, only the second interception of the year for the Wildcat passing attack, but this one comes at a bad spot after the big goal line stand.
Yeah, and it looked like what they were trying to do. They looked like he was going to fake that quarterback screen to his brother Cameron Crawford and then was going to throw deep to J-Maud Ruiz, and one of those big defensive linemen for Terry Parker able to get a big hand up and deflect that ball, and we saw it in the air, and it looked like time stood still for a minute.
First down and 10. Terry Parker, they're actually calling it first down and goal right on the 10-yard line. Roman Doles hands off to Brooks going left side. Brooks is going to be corralled right around the 10, and he gets down to the 8-yard line. They ran the jet sweep that time. They haven't put the ball in the air again since that first possession, Jackie.
No, and I'll tell you, Coach Kennedy, that was a huge stand right there at the 1 yard line. When the offense took the field, he had gathered his defense under the tent, and they were about to make some adjustments to how they contain this jet sweep. And we didn't get a chance to because of that turnover. It may end up being more costly than what we initially thought because now the defense hasn't got it figured out yet how to defend that.
Yeah, they haven't had time to work through the adjustments. Second down goal, they're going to run the straight Wildcat formation again, and Cavante Doles is hit right at the line of scrimmage, so they didn't have much time for adjustments, but they adjusted well on that play as only a yard gain will make it a third and goal from the 8-yard line.
Third and goal, and again, this Wildcat defense playing really good right now, and so about the 4-yard line, 3 or 4 yard line. Let's see if we can get another stand right here after a bad turnover by the Wildcat offense, and not his fault. It wasn't anybody's fault. One of those plays that they happen like that, and like I said, the ball off a Terry Parker lineman's hand and bounces up in the air and just had disaster written all over it at that point.
Sometimes it just happens that way. That's football. The ball bounces that way, and Wildcat defense back on the field. Third and goal. He's going to drop the throw here. Roman Dole's now going to scramble. He's going to be tackled right away, short of the goal line at around the 2, so he did pick up about 3 yards on the play, maybe 4, and they'll be forced to go for it on fourth down again from the 1 yard line.
Here we go. Another fourth and goal from the 1. My goodness. You can stop them here, Mike. I mean, I would think that would deflate this Terry Parker offense to be denied twice inside the 1 yard line.
Fourth down play coming up. Roman Doles and Cavante Doles both in the backfield here. Number 3, Roman Doles. Sophomore quarterback going to give it to Cavante, and Cavante is fighting toward the goal line, and the Wildcats have split him up again.
Wow.
Another fourth down goal line stand, Weston Abra.
Wesley Staggs, Weston Abra, my goodness. Wow. I mean, that's all you can say about that effort from that defense. My goodness, it's twice now inside the 1 yard line, and they have denied the Terry Parker offense from crossing the plane.
Carbon copy. They tried the inside of that Wildcat defensive front. Wesley Staggs came up, like you said, number 54, filled the hole. Weston Abra was there again. And that Cat defense has held twice on fourth and goal from the 1 yard line. What can you say about that? Carson Crawford back out there quickly. Here come the Wildcats on offense. Got to run the football out. across the 2-yard line, maybe the 3 to Jamarian Baker that time. And the Cats coming from the 1 this time don't get the penalty, and so we're still facing tough yardage back here deep in our own territory.
Yeah, this time we're going to have to do it on our own. We don't get the help of that 5-yard penalty we got last time.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Jamarian Baker in the backfield. Crawford keeps it himself. There he goes across the 5. Carson Crawford's got it across the 10, and he's going to have the first down for the Cats and a little breathing room out across the 11-yard line.
Yeah, great keep that time. And where we're sitting at, Mike, we could see it open up, and Carson Crawford again makes the right call, pulls it from Jamarian Baker and picks up a first down. So now this offense has a little breathing room, like you said, up 14-0, 28 seconds and counting left in the first quarter.
First quarter, the Wildcats scored twice within the first 3 minutes of the quarter, and since then, it seems like the defense has been on the field that entire time, but 2 huge goal line stands against this Terry Parker offense. And the Wildcats, I think, are just going to run the quarter out here. No. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Carson Crawford now getting set to snap the ball. He does. Carson Crawford going to run it himself again. This time bounces outside. He's to the 13 to the 14-yard line, close to the 15, and that will end the first quarter as the Wildcats win that quarter, 14-0. The Cats on top. We're going to send it back to the station for a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate. Call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
Since 1981, Higginbotham's Towing and Recovery has been serving the community of Baker County, providing safe and reliable towing needs. If you need a car or truck towed or even a shed in your backyard, Higginbotham's is a place to call. Located in Glen St. Mary, they are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. 259-4375. That's 259-4375. The Higginbotham family is so excited to be a proud supporter of Wildcat football.
Start of the second quarter here at Terry Parker High School, Joe Hodge Stadium on the campus over here, and the Wildcats facing off against the Terry Parker Braves here early on. Just starting the second quarter, Wildcats on top 14-0, and the Wildcats on the field on offense. Second down and 7 from around the 14-yard line. Crawford takes the snap, going to run the football to the left side. The Wildcats got a big hole over there. There he goes, 40, 45, 50. And across midfield, the Wildcats are going to get a big run from Jamarian Baker, and they'll get into Terry Parker territory after starting this drive at the 1-yard line.
My goodness, what a great run that time by Jamarian Baker. That time just getting around the outside and able to pick up huge yardage, and a good job by that offensive line to seal that in, allow Baker to get out there, and now the Wildcats are going to hurry and go.
Terry Parker got to be kicking themselves, had 2 opportunities inside the 1-yard line, could not convert the Wildcat defense. 2 goal line stands. If you weren't listening, I'll fill you in on that. The Wildcats opened up the first quarter with a scoring drive within the first minutes on a 50-yard touchdown pass from Carson Crawford to Cameron Crawford. 3 plays later, after Terry Parker 3-and-out, the Wildcats got a huge punt return from J-Maud Ruiz to set up another touchdown. This time, Carson Crawford took it in the end zone from 6 yards out, and the Wildcats took a 14-0 lead. In between that, though, or after that, Terry Parker was able to move down the field, got down to the 1-yard line on a 4th and goal. The Wildcats stopped them, took the ball over, Jackie, and then a few plays later, Carson Crawford had the ball deflected at the line of scrimmage, and an interception gave Terry Parker the ball back, and the defense did it again. Another 4th down goal line stand, and the Cats now with the football coming out from the 1-yard line have it inside Terry Parker territory at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say enough about that defensive stand. I don't know that I've ever seen it happen twice. I mean, back-to-back, essentially inside the 1-yard line. I mean, that was huge.
Carson Crawford has 3 receivers to the right. Wildcats from the 47. Going to give the ball to Cam Smith. Cam Smith going to be pulled down. Short gain on the play, maybe a gain of 2, trying to get down toward the 45-yard line, and a flag comes in behind the play. And we don't need a holding call here.
No, but it looks like that's what it's going to be.
I think it was an illegal shift on the Wildcats. Going to back them up 5 yards here.
For all the good we've done on first down, that's the first negative play I think we've had. I mean, moving the ball really well on first down. We talked about it at the coach's show, Mike. You've alluded to it for 2 weeks. It's easy to do when you pick up 7 and 8 yards on first down, but this time they go backwards.
First down now after the 5-yard penalty on the Cats. Going to fire it left side. Another penalty flag stops the play. And now the Wildcats had the ball after the Jamarian Baker run. They had the ball across midfield, and another illegal shift is called on the Wildcats, and that's something that he's talking to the White Hat's talking to Carson Crawford. Maybe something Crawford was doing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's called, what he's seeing, but you're right. He's telling whatever it is. It happened on 2 plays in a row because he looks at Carson Crawford and makes a hand gesture of whatever's going on down there.
Cats were moving it well. Now we're going to face a 1st and 20 after 2 successive 5-yard penalties, and that's not the way you wanted to start after you got it down to their territory again, but let's see if we can dig out of this hole. 1st and 20 from the 41-yard line. Wildcats in their own territory now. Crawford takes the snap, drops straight back, going to throw a little screen pass here, but it was covered up well. Trying to hit Cam Smith on the screen pass. Looks like a little confusion maybe.
Yeah, he had. Cam Smith split out to the left and Scooby out here to the right. And I tell you, he had Scooby wide open over here to the right, but it was a design screen to Cam Smith that time, and Terry Parker covered it well, but I'm sure Coach May's going to put that in his back pocket for later.
Second down and 20. Cats still with the football with a 14-0 lead here in the second quarter. Crawford now straight drop, going to fire one down the right sideline, looking for J-Maud Ruiz. He's open. He makes the catch, and J-Maud Ruiz is going to walk into the end zone. 10-5 touchdown Wildcats. 59-yard touchdown pass. They saw that one on tape or something, Jackie, because J-Maud Ruiz had 3 steps on the cornerback, and the pass fell in his hands, and he walks into the end zone.
That's such a great pass and a great catch by J-Maud Ruiz again. Very similar to the pass we saw last week. A defender's right there, and I don't know how it misses his fingertips. Just a beautiful ball that time by Carson Crawford. And, I mean, on his 3rd step in that drop back, he just throws it as far and as hard as he can, and J-Maud Ruiz has the speed to run underneath it. And so another huge, on 1st and 20, Mike, a 60-yard touchdown pass from Carson Crawford to J-Maud Ruiz.
Wildcats all over the Braves here early on. 11:38 to go in the first half. The snap is good. The kick is on the way, and it is good. The extra point. Blake Mays adding another one to make it a 21-0 score here. And Blake Mays, after that first game this year, Jackie, he's been nothing but money on these extra points.
Yeah, and booting them deep, too. I mean, not giving it any chance to be no good.
Hey, Jackie, while we've got a moment, I want to give a couple of shout-outs to some folks listening in back in Baker County. Talked to my longtime radio partner today, Jackie, David Crummy. He's listening to the game back at home in Baker County with his dad, Ronnie, and his daughter, Taylor, and they're listening in to hear how good Ross Crummy's doing a good job right now, leading this offense 21-0. And, David, you guys sit back and listen in. We've also got a listening party going on, Jackie. A couple of our old friends here, maybe even a relative of yours here, no doubt about it. Curtis Tharp having a listening party over there tonight in Glen St. Mary with a few of the old-time Wildcats. And Steve Kennedy's over there, I guess we could say by marriage he's related to you, Mr. Steve. Duncan Harvey taught my 11th grade history class there in Baker County High School and learned a lot from Duncan Harvey over the years for sure. Dennis Gleason, Ray Lester, my old radio partner over there with him as well, Jackie Bobby Hart and Joey Harp, and who knows who else may show up at the party over there. But Curtis, glad you guys are listening in to the Wildcats tonight, and wish some of you guys were here with us. Miss old Bobby Hart up here from time to time.
Yeah, absolutely.
My man, Bobby.
Good group of guys there. I mean, hey, I'm sure they got some food that'll be left over. We get out of here early enough tonight, we might head on over. They're liable to be in bed, though, by the time we get. I'm just kidding, guys.
They were glad for the 6 o'clock kickoff, so they could be done by 9. You know what I mean? First down and 10, Terry Parker from the 35-yard line. The kick sailed out of bounds, so they'll start at the 35. Pass left side. This is the first pass we've seen since the first series. This one complete. Their first completion of the night. Gets it over here to Brooks, and Brooks is going to get ahead for a 6-yard gain.
The dreaded swing pass. Our Achilles heel, Mike.
If they watched film of the Westside game, they saw that one, and this time they pick up 6 yards, 2nd down and 4. Cats on top 21-0. From Terry Parker High School. Wildcats 4-0 on the season, looking to go 5-0. We've got a lot of news about playoff activity and other things we'll talk about later. They're going to throw the Wildcat here, and now they're going to throw a pass down the middle out of the Wildcat formation. That time, Roman Doles just kind of rolled to his right. It was a bad snap. He throws one downfield. You got to tell me there was a lineman downfield or something.
Yeah, he's standing on the 40.
That play was all kind of messed up from the start, and they did have an illegal man downfield. Yep, and they're going to bring this one back. He was able to roll to his right after he got the bad snap off the turf and found a man open, but the way that play was rolling, I think everybody was expecting run. All the offensive linemen were headed downfield.
Yeah, just a miscommunication that time by the Terry Parker offensive line. Center snapped the ball, and nobody else moved, and Roman Dole wisely picks it up and makes a play out of it, but unfortunately for him, the lineman didn't know what was going on and got 20 yards down the field. 2nd down play, 2nd down and 9 now after the penalty. Dole calls for the snap, drops straight back to throw. He's almost hit, and he is hit by Weston Averill, but he gets the pass away. It'll be incomplete as Doles was under heavy pressure from that Wildcat front. Yeah, that time, Cade Richardson looked like from defensive end position right there, wraps around him, and Zane Mobley able to wrap around those offensive tackles and get pressure on Doles. And every time we've done that, he's not even close to being on target with those passes.
3rd down and 9 now. Wildcat defense has done a great job here tonight. They like to get off the field here, drink some Gatorade on the sideline, and get a rest. They've been on the field a while. The Wildcat offense has scored so quickly. 3rd down play, 3rd down and 9. Doles in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the top of the field. Rolls to his right. Doles looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep down the right sideline, and it's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by the Wildcat. Jamil Jones back there in coverage, and that pass was nowhere near the receiver. Jones just came back and got it.
Yeah, I mean, he threw it down there, but, I mean, Jamil Jones is just blanketing the receiver and makes a great play on the football and comes up with the pick. And we talked about those guys, Jamil Jones on one side and Carlos Jefferson on the other. If you're going to throw it, you better throw the swing pass, because that may be the only completion you get.
Jamil Jones, great coverage that time. Nowhere for Doles to fit the football, and he had to get rid of it. He was under pressure again from the Wildcat front. I'll tell you what, the Wildcat defense getting it done tonight, throwing a shutout here early, and it hasn't been easy. 10:18 to go, 2nd quarter, 21-0. The Wildcats on top. Wildcats are going to send Jamarian Baker to the backfield along with Scooby Graham and Carson Crawford. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Crawford going to give it off to the left side. Kind of little play back to Jamarian Baker, who hurdles the player over on the far sideline, and flags all over the field here.
Oh, look at this.
Flags all over the field. A flag here, flag there. I see 3.
This one's not going to be a good one, I can assure you.
And Jamarian Baker, I think that flag is on a hurdle on the far sideline. He hurdled the defender on the far sideline.
If that's what it is, then that's fine. I'm okay with that. He gave the defender a little push after the play, and that's when the flag came out, and I thought that's what he was going to call. I mean, it was nothing malicious by any means, but we saw the one he got last week, talked about that. I was hoping it wasn't another case of let me just throw one to throw one.
So we're going to see. Let's sort these flags out here. There was a flag that came in behind the play as Baker broke free and got into Parker territory. And then another flag. We got a personal foul against the Wildcats as the first penalty. That's declined. And then a holding against the Cats that they're going to accept. So if they would have accepted the personal foul, I guess that would have happened at the end of the run. So they're going to take the holding call that happened during the run. And if it's marked from the spot of the foul, we still should come out of this with positive yardage. And it will.
I wonder what the personal foul was.
Not sure. I'm not sure, Jackie. But after all that said and done, we're going to get about 4 positive yards here because they took the holding penalty and they marked it from the spot of the foul, actually about 5 yards. As Baker got upfield, he was definitely close to midfield before they threw the holding call, and then as he got into Terry Parker territory near the end of the plays when the other flag came out. First down and 5, going to hand the ball to Cam Smith. Cam Smith running left side near the Terry Parker sideline over there, trying to get ahead. The Wildcats just needed 5 yards on the first down play, going to pick up a couple, make it 2nd down and 2.
2nd and 2 here. Okay, so I see what they did now. I was all kinds of confused on that. I ain't going to lie.
Well, they took the holding penalty because the personal foul would have been from the end of the play, so they didn't give them the benefit of having both fouls. Wildcats going to run it inside, and this play is going to be out to the right side. Scooby Graham still on his feet, fighting out to the 40. He's still on his feet. 45-50, fight through tackle at 40, 35-30, 25-20. Stay on your feet, Scooby, inside the 10-5, down to the 1-yard line before he's brought down. First down and goal, Wildcats at the 1-yard line.
What a run by Scooby Graham. That's vintage Scooby Graham. We've been waiting on him to break out all season long, and on that one, I mean, just eludes 6 or 7 Terry Parker defenders and gets all the way down to the 2-yard line. My goodness, what a run by Scooby Graham.
That play started slow. He was bottled up, broke through about 4 tackles, took it straight ahead, and now Cam Smith going to cash it in from 1 yard out. The Wildcats score again. That play was set up by a Scooby Graham vintage run, as Scooby took that one down to the 1-yard line to set up the Wildcats at the 1. They go in from there. Cam Smith, touchdown. One of the Wildcats down here shaking up just a little bit. He's going to get up, and he's going to be all right, it looks like. That's 73, Chase Cruz. Looks like he might have turned his ankle maybe just a little bit, Jack. Looks like he's all right, coming out under his own power, and looks like he's good. Big Chase Cruz. He was on he was on our coach's show a few weeks back, son of Vic Cruz. He looks like he's going to be fine. Snap back for the extra point. Blake Mays drills it right down the middle one more time, and that makes it a 28-0 game as the Wildcats have opened it up here after that big Scooby Graham run. Takes it down to the 1, and Cam Smith cashes it in. Jackie, the other shout-out I was going to give a few moments ago is to our good friend and your buddy from the Booster Club, Mr. Kelly Cruz. Kelly couldn't make it over. He's been feeling a little bit under the weather this week, but told me he's going to be listening in tonight from home. So, Kelly, in honor of you, you won't hear me say this very often, but go Dogs. We'll talk about that at halftime. We'll have our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report coming up at the half. Jackie, some big games in college football this week for us to break down, and some other information that we got this week on the 5A class, the FHSAA Class 5A playoffs. We'll tell you what that news is at halftime as well, so make sure you stay and listen to us during the Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report.
I will not say go Dogs, Kelly Cruz.
I just said it in honor of him. I'm not a Dogs fan, but just for my buddy Kelly. Kickoff comes deep this time. They take it around the 10-yard line, going to run it back up around the 30. It'll be first down and 10 there for Terry Parker, trailing 28-0. Still 9:11 to go in the second quarter.
I'm telling you, I mean, what a performance this Wildcat team has put on tonight. 3 plays into the game, they go down and they score easily. Defense with 2 stands inside the 1-yard line. After, I mean, you hold them. Get a goal line stand from the inside the 1-yard line. They go out. We throw an interception 2 plays later, and you're back inside the 10, and you're able to hold them again. I mean, what a testament to those guys and just the toughness to get right back out there and get after it after you just had to do it to play the series before that.
And doing it all kind of different ways tonight, Jackie, too. I mean, we've had long pass plays completed. J-Mod Ruiz caught one. Cameron Crawford caught one. We had a big punt return from J-Mod Ruiz. We had an interception from Jamil Jones. We had 2 goal line stands from the defense from the 1-yard line. So the Wildcats, in all different ways, you've seen everything tonight from this team, along with running the football well again, as Scooby Graham did a moment ago. First down play, they're going to run a straight handoff off tackle here, pick up a couple of yards out across the 30 to the 32-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 9 from there.
Yeah, Camilo Rollins from that middle linebacker spot had a chance to light those up on that handoff, and he just did miss him. Pounds himself on the helmet because he knew he had an opportunity to make a highlight hit. So Wildcats up 28-0, and maybe it's a good thing the Terry Parker fans did stay at home because you're not missing much tonight.
2nd down and 9 from the 31-yard line. Roman Doles goes straight back to throw, and he's got a receiver at the 40. Catch made there, and tackle made right away. Jamil Jones makes the tackle over on the far sideline, but that's the first real on-time pass we've seen from Terry Parker, and it goes for a first down.
Yeah, and that's a good throw and catch that time. And I'll tell you, even what I was more impressed with is Jamil Jones' ability to break down and make that tackle because Terry Parker, they have some dudes now. And if he makes Jamil miss right there, it's off to the races. So Jamil, good job containing, keeping him in front, making the tackle, and Terry Parker picks up a first down.
First down and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Parker, full house backfield, 1 receiver to the left side. Doles calls for the snap. They're going to run it left. Cavante Doles on the carry, and he stood up by Toby Kinghorn about 5 yards upfield, but he does pick up positive yardage out near midfield.
Yeah, that time, Terry Parker, they see something in between the tackles, and as good as this defense has played all game, as speedy backs, Doles, a couple other guys back there, they see something, and they're able to put that foot in the ground and hit the hole hard, picking up 6-7 yards on first down.
2nd down, call it 4 from just shy of midfield. Terry Parker's offense on the field again, trailing 28-0 to the Wildcats here. 7.5 to go in the first half. Cavante Doles the carry. The middle was clogged up that time. Not a lot of running room and only about a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 3. The Wildcat defense again clogging the hole pretty well there to make it a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, going to big 3rd down here, 3rd and 3, and you're right. They just clogged the middle, and he was dancing trying to find the hole. And in the meantime, looked like DeHaven Clark able to get in there and make the tackle from behind. And so 3rd and 3 here. 6.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Wildcats up 28-0 and looking to make another stop and get the ball back.
You would think of this place on the field that Terry Parker's thinking 4-down territory here to get the first down. 3rd down and 3 from right at midfield. Roman Doles fires one out left side, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Toby Kinghorn got through the line of scrimmage and batted the ball down, so now if they were thinking about 2 plays to get the first down, now they've got to come up with a 4th down and 3 play.
Well, here's all I'm going to tell the Terry Parker coach is you thought it was a good idea to try 8 plays inside your own 1-yard line, and that didn't work. So if you want to go for it on 4th and 3 from midfield, be my guest.
6.5 minutes to go here in the first half from Terry Parker High School. Wildcats on top 28-0. 4th down play coming up, 4th down and 3. They need to get the ball inside Wildcat territory to about the 47 for the first down. And they're taking their time calling the play here. They actually have sent the punter out, Jackie.
Lots of faith.
They've got a punter back there. He's going to boot one, and he boots it high to the right side over there, and J-Mod's going to
roll. Dang it.
It's going to roll down inside the 5-yard line, and they're going to cover it down there. Right at the 1-yard line. Nice punt by Terry Parker. They executed it well.
It just is long and methodical to put together another 99-yard drive here. But I think we got it in us with 6:23 left in the second quarter.
Jackie, I wanted to remind folks back in Baker County that Baker Prevention Coalition, they partnered with the YMCA of McClenny and wanted to let the youth of Baker County know that the YMCA decided to extend their registration for flag football, and they pushed the season back a couple of weeks so that they could allow more guys to sign up. If your child is between the ages of 6 and 14 years old, get down to the YMCA tomorrow and sign them up down at the aquatic center there, the swimming pool, and see the folks at the YMCA. Ages 6 to 14, registration fee is $50, and you can come down there and talk to the folks about signing your child up. Again, ages 6 to 14, flag football at the YMCA, and hopefully a lot of folks will take advantage of that. But registration extended, so the teams have some more time to get prepared, and they'll have a season here coming up at the end of October through the end of the year, so that'll be exciting for a bunch of guys ages 6 to 14. Just out of your age range, Jackie.
I would dominate.
First down and 10 from the 1-yard line. Going to run it straight ahead. The Wildcats are in a big run down the left sideline as the Wildcats get free that time. I think that was Cam Smith on the carry. Just making guys miss on the far sideline, and the Wildcats get some room, but a flag is down behind the play.
Oh, no.
And it's coming back.
That's the second time they found something on the left side. They're able to get outside fairly easily and pick up chunk yardage. But this time, looks like it's going to be another holding call, so you're going to go to the half-yard line.
Let me tell you something, Jack. This trio of running backs the Wildcats have is electrifying, and watching Scooby run away from guys and run over guys a while ago was exciting, but when Cam Smith gets the ball, there's another gear that he gets to, and it's exciting to watch him get around the corner. I know that came back from a holding penalty, but Cam Smith was fired up. Pass down the right sideline here, looking for J-Mod Ruiz again. He was open, just can't quite connect on the deep pass. It'll be second down.
Yeah, again, Carson Crawford's pass just a little overthrown J-Mod Ruiz, and J-Mod hesitated at the line. He wants to try to bait that cornerback up a little bit and then takes off and just barely misses the outstretched arms, and that would have been another one to the house because J-Mod had about 2 steps on the defender.
Second down play now. Crawford going to hand the ball off on the inside, and the Wildcats trying to run the ball out from the goal line here after that holding call on the first down play. The good news about that holding call is there wasn't much room to back us up.
Yeah.
We were at the one already. Where are you going to go?
One penalty for half a yard. I'll take it.
6 yards on that carry is going to get us out near the 7, third down and 4. The Wildcats run it left side this time, trying to get out near the first down marker. It's going to be close. Got close to the 10-yard line. Might be a yard short.
Yeah, yard short. Coach May's going to send the punt team out.
Tough to go for it down here. Fourth down, they just need a yard, but tough to go for it down here when you're up 28-0. Your defense is already 2 goal line stands. You don't want to put them in position to have to get another one.
I'm not so sure I wouldn't have tried the hard count, though. Carson Crawford, he does a good job of that. Maybe burn a timeout. 5:24, up 28-0.
Wildcats send the punter to the end zone. The punt is away. A good punt coming out near midfield. Going to take a roll sideways and kind of go down around the 41, 42-yard line. The Wildcats will down it there. So Terry Parker will get good field position after they pin the Wildcats down to the 1-yard line. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Wildcat Football right here on WFBB.
In the game of life, it's not how far you can throw the ball.
It's not how high you can fly.
It's not how fast you can run.
Or how many touchdowns you can score that matters. It's really how you play the game that counts.
Because the game only lasts 4 quarters.
For a few years. For that moment in time.
Good sportsmanship.
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 Lasts a lifetime.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
On the first down play, Terry Parker loses 3 yards as Toby Kinghorn gets back there.
Oh, that's got to be
the Wildcats. They're going to get a holding call here as Roman Doles is looking down the sideline for a pass play, and it's going to be incomplete on the far sideline. But the Wildcats were all over Roman Doles in the backfield that time. Probably going to get a holding call, and the Wildcats should decline this.
And, there was another flag, though. I'm not so sure we're not going to get a roughing the passer here. May negate that holding call. I could be wrong, but it was where we hit the quarterback, and it wasn't late. It was right as he was letting that ball go. One of the linebackers came in there and trying to sort it out now.
One penalty against Terry Parker, and you are going to get a penalty against the Cats, so they're going to offset them, Jackie, and we're going to replay second down, I believe.
And that wasn't a roughing the passer. He hit him in the head, and it didn't even knock him down, but y'all call that targeting, a blow to the head. No.
Yeah, they got to move it back here where the down marker was, back to, well,
maybe not.
I think they got it right.
It'll be third down.
Offsetting penalties. They're going to replay the down here, make it second down 13. Quarterback Roman Doles takes the snap, drops straight back to throw. He's looking, still under pressure, and now he fires one that's going to be intercepted. He overthrew his receiver, and DeHaven Clark came up and made the catch at the 30-yard line as Roman Doles had a receiver there in the middle of the field that kind of sat down, and Doles' pass just airmailed him. He had time to throw.
He did, but I tell you, it wasn't in his face, but Toby Kinghorn was bearing down on him. He did have time, and he rolled out to his right, and when he got outside the tackle box, Toby Kinghorn was ready to make him pay, and so he airmails one, and DeHaven Clark comes up with a huge interception in the middle of the field there for this Wildcat offense. Already up 28-0 with 4 minutes to go in the half, going to take over again.
What a job the defense has done tonight. 2 interceptions, 2 goal line stands, and getting it done. Carson Crawford going to keep it himself, running straight ahead across the 35, holding on to the football across the 35, and 5 or 6 yard gain on first down for Carson Crawford. 3:59 to go here in the first half. Want to remind you to stay with us at halftime. We'll have our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. A lot to talk about tonight. The Wildcats easy for you.
Got it.
FHSAA playoff run that the Wildcats will be involved in this year. We'll have a chance to do that. Jamari and Baker are going to carry this one out to the 40-yard line and get close to the first down marker on second down.
Yeah, did pick up the first down, so Jamari and Baker with a good, hard, tough run there. Clock running 3.5 minutes, and this Wildcat offense in tempo right now, trying to score before halftime.
First down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Carson Crawford going to fire one across the middle. He's got J-Maud Ruiz on the catch at the 40 of Terry Parker and brought down there at the 39. J-Maud Ruiz went high in the air to pull it down, and a beautiful throw and catch. Again, J-Maud Ruiz getting things done.
J-Maud Ruiz and a perfect pass that time by Carson Crawford, right in the soft spot of the zone. And this Wildcat offense is wearing the officials out. They can't keep up.
39-yard line of Terry Parker. Wildcats on top 28-0. Carson Crawford in the shotgun, going to take it, gives the ball to Scooby Graham, running right. Scooby Graham's got a hold. He's to the 30 and down to the 25. Scooby Graham just turning his legs and picking up yardage tonight. Another good run there, 15 yards on the carry, and gives the Wildcats another first down.
Got them on their heels right now, so Coach Mays wanting them to go.
First down from the 25-yard line now. Wildcats going to run it straight ahead, and Baker was kind of tripped as he got through the line of scrimmage that time, and might have had bigger yardage, but picks up the yards.
2:45 and counting here. 2nd and 8. Wildcats knocking on the door.
Second down and 9 from the 23-yard line. Jamarian Baker tries the left side this time, and he's going to get yardage down near the 15, pushing the pile inside the 15 now. Wildcats continue to push that pile down all the way to the 12-yard line. Jamarian Baker picks up the first down for the Cats. And they'll have it at the 12-yard line as the clock ticks under 2.5 to go here in the first half. And the Wildcats knocking on the door again. First down play, hand it to Scooby, and Scooby's going to run right side.
Not much there, but I tell you, Terry Parker just, they don't have anybody to sub. I mean, they're not subbing anybody, and you can tell they're rocking back on their heels because of the tempo of the Wildcat offense.
Second down and 9, right at the 10-yard line. Wildcats settle in. Carson Crawford keeps it himself on the zone read. He's to the 5, and he's into the end zone. Carson Crawford, misdirection at the line of scrimmage. Nobody knew who had the ball, and Crawford goes in the end zone, and then after the play, we're going to get a flag.
And I'm going to tell you what, and I was just about to compliment him, so I know who they're going to call it on. Ross Crummy just demolished the defensive end for Terry Parker. I mean, pancaked him at the 5-yard line, and as he was getting up, there was nothing malicious about that at all. But I guess he blocked him too hard, and that's where the spot of the flag is. But my goodness, that was Coach Mays and Coach McDonald are going to go back and look at that, and they're going to slap him in the back of the head and tell him, what a block, son. Do it every time like that, because he just demolished that defensive end.
Well, the flag flew in well after the play. Carson Crawford was already in the end zone. And let's see what the flag is. The head referee looks to the sideline over there, and it's a dead ball penalty, so the touchdown is good. After the play, they're going to call a personal foul on the Cats. And maybe they thought he pancaked him late or something.
I'll tell you, when he was getting off of, nothing happened. He was crawling off of him, and the official, I guess, didn't like the way he was letting the man up. But my goodness, he just drove him 2 foot into the ground. He was trying to help him. That's a terrible call on a great play by Ross Crummy.
Well, they'll penalize us on the kickoff, so the Wildcats get the touchdown. Carson Crawford, hard running, gets into the end zone for the Cats, and Blake Mays now, the extra point right down the middle. So the Wildcats extend the lead here, 35 points in the first half. No points for Terry Parker as the Cats extend the lead to 35-0. Wildcats and the players and the coaching staff want to thank the Baker Prevention Coalition, Jackie, for the pregame meal tonight. They gave them some lasagna, some green beans, some garlic bread, all of that from the Darbyville restaurant down there. Baker Prevention Coalition keeping these boys fed before the game, so want to give them a shout-out for doing that, and the Wildcat players were certainly thankful for that. But did you get invited?
I was just about to ask you. I guess my invite got lost in the mail.
Well, I'm going to have to talk to Miss Roden down at the Baker Prevention Coalition. Maybe we'll get invited next time.
I'm sure she'll make that happen.
2 minutes to go in the first half. I want to remind you to stay with us at halftime. The Wildcats leading right now 35-0, but Jackie and I will have a lot to talk about at the half of our Farm Bureau halftime report coming up in just a few moments. What a half of football this has been. Blake Mays kicks one off, coming down to the 35, going to be caught on the run, and the Terry Parker return man going to be across midfield with the return here. That time, what they try to do on the kickoff is just try to settle it in there between where kind of no man's land, where nobody is. But that time, the return man, I think he was kind of creeping up and cheating a little bit. He saw it coming, gets to the 35, and takes it across midfield, and they'll start with good field position.
Yeah, at a minute 54 left in the half, Wildcats up 35-0. You just don't want to let a cheap one go right here. We're going to get the ball right in a second. No, I'm sorry, Terry Parker's going to get the ball. So yeah, you don't want to let a cheap one go here and then turn around and give them the ball, thinking they have any kind of momentum whatsoever going into the locker room.
First down and 10, Terry Parker. They've got less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the first half. They trail 35-0. Roman Dole's the quarterback. He surveys the scene at the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to the right, 1 back in the backfield. Wildcat showing pressure here. Camilo Rollins coming up the middle, and Camilo Rollins has got it. Camilo Rollins came to the line of scrimmage, showed pressure, blitzed, and sacked the quarterback deep in his own territory.
And Camilla Rollins just threw Doles down like a rag doll.
Terry Parker might have told you somewhere where you got that information, Jackie, that they wanted to win this game tonight, and they thought they could, but Wildcats are tougher, no doubt about it. Camilo Rollins back there, and like you said, just slings Doles to the ground. Big sack.
And Doles, he may not hang on to these footballs any longer than what he's doing now. Taking a beating back there.
Probably didn't like that hit. Camilo Rollins blasted him and threw him aside. 2nd down and 20 now. He's going to hand it off to Cavante Doles, and Cavante Doles makes a man miss around midfield and gets over near the Wildcat 47-yard line, picks up almost what they lost on the sack play to make it a long 3rd down.
And I tell you, though, it shows you what Cavante Doles can do if he gets loose. And that time, again, can't tell you, it's 2 or 3 times now that one man, if he makes that person miss, it's off to the races. Very shifty back there, and he almost breaks another big one. So with 30 seconds left, again, you just don't want to get it off a cheap one. You played too well for that to happen.
3rd down, 11. Cavante Doles again gets the carry. This time he's going to break down to the 45-yard line, finally be tackled from behind. DeHaven Clark there along with Connor South, and they bring him down around the 45-yard line. Camilo Rollins had lost his helmet a moment ago. He checks back into the game now. It'll be 4th down and about 6 yards to go.
4th and 6, 10 seconds, under 10 seconds. Back up. Don't get beat over the top right here.
Yeah, this play is going to end the half if they can get it snapped. They do with 1 second on the clock. Roman Doles rolling to his right. He's looking to throw. Now he's just going to scramble. Roman Doles is going to be tackled on the far sideline. Wesley Staggs ran him down over there, and that's going to end the half.
Great hustle play that time by Wesley Staggs to end the half. That's what he was trying to do, just throw the ball deep, get a cheap one there. Wildcat defense not having it. Going to go up 35-0 at halftime. What a performance.
What a great half of football here for the Wildcat football team as they take the 35-0 lead to the locker room. And a lot to talk about in terms of what the Wildcats accomplished there on the field in the first half of play as we come back to our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report in a few moments. I want to thank Jack Baker and Justin Webb down at Baker County Farm Bureau for sponsoring our halftime show week in and week out. 259-6332 is the number to call down there. Jack or Justin can help you out with anything that you need, from automobile insurance, homeowners insurance, life insurance. They do it all down at Baker County Farm Bureau, and they do it all with first-rate service. I'll tell you, I've got my insurance with them, and if I need anything, all I got to do is call, and they will always answer the phone. 259-6332, Baker County Farm Bureau. And we'll come back with our halftime report. We're going to take about a 4-minute break here, come back and talk to you about the Florida High School Activities Association playoffs. We're going to talk to you about college football activity tomorrow. And we probably got a couple of other things we cooked up to talk to you about at the halftime report. So 35-0, the Wildcats lead. You're listening to Wildcat Football. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation is honored to be a sponsor of Wildcat football. James Curry is a proud Baker County Wildcat, class of 1987. He and his wife Shannon own Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation, located at 380 North Louder Street in McClenny. They can be reached 24 hours a day by calling 259-2806. To learn more, please visit www.blackburncurryfh.com. Proving not all funeral homes are the same, one family at a time. Go Wildcat.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
Hey, Wildcat fans. This is Anita Cruz with Country Financial Credit Union. This challenging year has caused us to miss out on many of our favorite things, but thankfully it hasn't taken away our Friday night lights. It also hasn't changed our credit union's ability to serve your financial needs. Whether you're looking for fee-free checking, mobile banking, or great rates on loans, we're here to help. In fact, we're big enough to meet all your financial needs, yet small enough to deliver personal service to every member. Country Financial Credit Union, hometown banking, hometown people, and proud sponsor of the Baker County Wildcats, insured by NCUA.
Since 1981, Higginbotham's Towing and Recovery has been serving the community of Baker County, providing safe and reliable towing needs. If you need a car or truck towed, or even a shed in your backyard, Higginbotham's is a place to call. Located in Glen St. Mary, they are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. 259-4375. That's 259-4375. The Higginbotham family is so excited to be a proud supporter of Wildcat football.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate. Call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
I had to go.
And we welcome you back here to Terry Parker High School, down on the south side / north side of Jacksonville over here, just across the Matthews Bridge. The Wildcats taking on Terry Parker, the Braves. The Wildcats doing a good job here in the first half. It's a 35.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546. Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
All right, we welcome you back to Terry Parker High School. Sorry about that. Had a little technical snafu, and we had to pay the electric bill so we could get back on the air. But we're here. Wildcats and Terry Parker doing battle at Terry Parker High School. We welcome you back to the Baker County Farm Bureau halftime show here. And Jackie, the Wildcats getting it done in the first half tonight, a 35-0 lead here at the halftime break against Terry Parker. Let me give you a couple of numbers here, Jack. Baker County, 353 yards of offense in the first half. There's been a couple of weeks this year that we've had just barely over that for the whole game, even though we've piled up the points. But tonight, the Wildcats offensively racking up yardage. 353 in the first half, 100 yards for Terry Parker. That's all they got. The Wildcats ran 30 plays. Let me give you some individual numbers for the Wildcats. Carson Crawford, 4 of 7 throwing the football tonight, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, and 1 interception, which was a pass that was deflected at the line of scrimmage. Rushing the ball tonight, the Wildcats, Scooby Graham, 7 carries, almost 100 yards. He's at 94 on the night. Jamarian Baker adding 71 yards. Carson Crawford adding 51. Cam Smith only 6 yards showing on the stat book, but Cam Smith had a couple of electrifying runs that got called back for holding penalties. So it's not that he's not getting the yardage. He just had some unfortunate holding penalties behind him. So Wildcats getting it done offensively, 35-3. The touchdowns look like this. The first one, a 51-yard touchdown pass from Carson Crawford to his brother Cameron. Wildcats got the ball back after a 3-play, 3-and-out by Terry Parker, and then Carson Crawford took it in the end zone for 5 yards. But that was after a J-Mod Ruiz huge punt return to set the Wildcats up with great field position. Later on, Carson Crawford hit J-Mod Ruiz for a 57-yard touchdown pass, and then Cam Smith scored from 2 yards out. Before the last score of the half was Carson Crawford's run for 12 yards just a moment ago to put the Wildcats up 35-0, and Blake Mays added all 5 extra points for those Wildcat scores. So we welcome you back here to the Baker County Farm Bureau halftime show. A lot to talk about at halftime, Jackie. I know that you've probably got some shout-outs that you want to give. Want to thank all the Wildcat fans for listening in tonight. Heard from Justin Webb, one of our sponsors there of the halftime show. Looks like he's eating good tonight.
I was about to say, there's our insurance premium. It's on the grill right now. Man, that looks good.
It does look good. And I wonder, all these people talking about all these things that they are cooking up and eating all over the place, and nobody ever invites us. I don't understand. But either way, Wildcats 35, Terry Parker nothing here at the halftime break. And, Jackie, it's all Wildcats here, and Wildcats have a good chance to move to 5-0. We learned a little bit this week about the Florida High School Activities Association playoffs in 5A and what it's going to look like, Jackie, what they've done this year with the COVID-19 outbreak, and some teams in the state not playing football, and some teams playing football, and some teams delayed in playing football and everything else. The season, was up in the air until just a few weeks before the season started this year. So the fact that we're out here playing football is good enough. But there will be a playoff series this year, Jackie. They divided Class 5A into 4 regions. So there's 4 regions across the state of Florida. We're in the Region 2. So basically, what they've done is they've taken all the teams in our region, they put them in a hat, and they said, hey, we're going to pull this thing out of a hat. Everybody makes the playoffs. Everybody within the region makes the playoffs. And so the matchups will be determined by a blind draw, basically. Some teams have to play in to the first-round bracket. Some teams don't. It just depends. So we drew a game, Week 1, which will be November 13th. Mark your calendars, about a month from now. The Wildcats, as we end the season, the week before that, I think, with Suwannee County, the last game of the year, we'll play the following week on November 13th, and we drew Panama City Arnold. So Panama City Arnold will make the journey from Panama City over to Baker County, and we'll host that home game for Week 1 of the playoffs on November 13th. So some exciting news there. That everybody's in the playoffs, but to know that we'll have a home game Week 1 against Panama City Arnold, and a chance for the Wildcats to make a run in the state playoffs. I believe if we win that game, we'd play the winner of a West Side and maybe Raines game over in Jacksonville, possibly. So check out the bracket. It's on FHSAA.org. You can check it out, Class 5A Region 2, and you can see for yourself. But that's the way it is, Jackie, and that's the way the playoffs will shake out this year. We don't have to wait to see if we're district champion. We don't have to see anything like that. We'll just automatically be in, and we'll be playing on November 13th at home.
Yeah, the first time ever, I think, at this point in the season, where you're playing, who you're playing. So and it does give you a little time to prepare and get ready for it. A home game, so that's a great thing. Arnold coming out of Panama City. So when I first saw it, Mike, I was like you and I had discussed, and I saw it, and I said, oh, my goodness, we're going to win a bunch of ball games this year and have to go all the way to Panama City for the first round. And then I got to looking at it a little more, and luckily I'm just not smart enough to figure it out, but it is going to be a home game. So the FHSAA, sometimes I just don't understand it. You look at our whole region, and there's 3 teams from the Panhandle over there, and then in one of the other regions, there's 3 or 4 more from Jacksonville that are in that. So I don't understand what their theory is behind traveling everywhere. But nonetheless, you called it. Playing Arnold, November the 13th. Going to be a good game, good matchup, first round of the playoffs. So at this point, we just keep playing.
Jackie, college football is in full swing now. We still haven't seen the Big Ten or the Pac-10 yet, but we've seen the SEC, and that's all I need to see, to be honest with you. But let me tell you, we got some big-time matchups coming up tomorrow, Jackie, after the Gators and the Bulldogs have started off 2-0. Both of them have a test tomorrow. Florida's going to travel across the states here in the South to travel to Texas tomorrow to take on Texas A&M in College Station. A 12 o'clock kickoff here on the Eastern time tomorrow. And Georgia, again, going to be at home, but a little bit tougher opponent this time. I think Tennessee. We talked about Tennessee making a little bit bigger push in the SEC East this year. Tennessee coming in with a 2-0 record to face the Bulldogs at home. Jackie, which one of those games do you think will be closer?
I really think Tennessee's getting a lot of hype. I want to see that game. I think they can keep it close. I will tell you again, I'm not giving Georgia any credit. I just showed you last week how bad Auburn was as a football team. So Tennessee looks to give Georgia another game this Saturday.
We've talked about measuring stick games in the high school world, but let me tell you, it's a measuring stick game for the Gators tomorrow, traveling over to Kyle Field and College Station to take on the Texas A&M Aggies. The only thing we can hope is that we turn it into the Kyle Trask and Kyle Pitts Field and kind of rename it a little bit after the game tomorrow. But that's a tough place to play. I know that they won't have a full stadium, but definitely a tough place to play, one of those places that you don't like to go. But Gators clicking on offense, if they can find anything on defense, they might be in good shape. But that's a tough game. That's coming after 2 big wins for the Gators, Ole Miss and South Carolina. That's a tough one. I feel like that's going to be a tight ball game tomorrow, and anything can happen in that one. I also feel like the Georgia-Tennessee game will be tight. The other game that is of interest tomorrow, Jackie, the Miami Hurricanes. They've started out strong. Their fans are rallying behind them, the ones they have, and they got a big win against Louisville on national TV. They came back and knocked off a couple of other teams, and they're sitting there trying to take on Clemson tomorrow to see if Miami can finally, maybe compete for an ACC championship. Do you know, since that ACC's formed into 2 divisions, Miami's never played for it?
No, yes, I did know that. And the 2 Miami fans that I know, listen, guys, the swagger's not back. Louisville, we celebrated Louisville because nobody else in the country was playing at the time, so that was the only thing everybody was watching. It's not there. It's just not there. Clemson's going to hang 50 on them.
I believe they will as well. Jackie, any chance that they get some semblance of a football team together in Tallahassee and show up against Notre Dame?
Well, I think, if FAMU's AD, if he'll put the money into the program, then yes, there will be a football team in Tallahassee. Other than that, absolutely not. Those guys, my goodness, Jacksonville State beating the brakes off of you in the first half and everything you could do. I think they doubled how much they were paying them just so they'd lay off and let FSU get a moral victory out of that. That's pathetic.
Hey, Jackie, a couple more. It's exciting. So those games will be exciting tomorrow. I'm looking for the Gators to win. I'm looking for the Bulldogs to beat Tennessee. And I'm looking for Miami to not even hang close with Clemson. I think Clemson wins big just like you do. Jackie, a couple more shout-outs here real quick. I know you have them as well. I ran into my buddy Monty Ellis today, and Monty Ellis told me he listens to Wildcat football week in, week out. And I ran into him over there at I guess it used to be called Frazier's, where people get some good breakfast. But we were both getting some good breakfast this week, and Monty was taking some kids to school. I was taking some kids to school, and he just stopped and talked to me about Wildcat football. That happens all the time. He's listening to the game tonight with Jasmine Donaldson, And my buddy Mike Rogers, he's listening in, and he says, you don't know anything about Georgia football.
Of course. That's what he says every week. He made sure to call me last week, too, after that pathetic attempt of a game they put against the JV Auburn team.
Well, I tell you what, Mike told us today he's got these, if you need to go anywhere and wear a face covering, you can get your Wildcat or Bobcat face coverings up there at CVS in McClenny. I was running late to the game today. I didn't get a chance to stop by, but I'm going to go by there and get one. I see people wearing them around. They're nice. They look like, the fishing scarves. Yeah. They call them neck gaiters. Anyway, he's got them in Wildcat colors or middle school colors, so you can stop by there and get one of those down at the local CVS. And Mike Rogers is a huge Bulldog fan, along with some of you other Bulldog fans out there listening. As I'm going, I know you've got some shout-outs to give. Abby Woods, she's listening in on a drive to Georgia, sent me a text, said, go Dogs.
Yeah, Tim Wilder, he done hit me up with a go Dogs text earlier. They're everywhere. They're multiplying,
all these Dog fans. I wonder if they were Dog fans before the last 3 years.
No, absolutely not. They couldn't sell Georgia gear. They couldn't give it away.
Who else you got?
We got, let's see, who's listening in tonight? We talked about, I got Ryan Carter listening in. He's mad at me talking about FSU. Kyle Davis, they sitting around the campfire again with Josh Griffiths. Those guys, Josh, tell him, son, FSU does not have a football program. So we're sorry about that, but those guys hanging out. Michael Brown, they're hanging out, working at the can plant this week. I got some little Wildcats listening in. Nick Welch, and little Nate Welch, they're listening in tonight, listening to the big Wildcats, seeing what they're up to. Got Marcel Gaden, he's listening in again tonight. People everywhere, Mike. I love it. I love that they text in and give me a hard time about some stuff, We like to give it back. The good thing is I'm on the radio, you're not, so I can say it and everybody hears it. So it's my way or no way.
Nate Welch, he's going to be a future Baker County Wildcat one day. Heck of a little football player. He's a good baseball player, too, and I think he's a Clemson fan. We won't hold that against him. Terry Parker going to get the ball here to start the first half from their 40-yard line. The Wildcats, again, a 35-0 lead here as we get the second half started underway from Terry Parker High School. The Wildcats trying to move to 5-0 on the year. And, hey, if you're a Bulldog fan out there, don't take it personal. Even if you're a Florida State fan. I don't know why you would be, but don't take it personal. We're just having some fun. We're just having some fun. We had fun even when the Gators weren't doing it.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
That's right. Second down play, 2nd down and 5 from the 45-yard line. The quarterback, Dole, swings one out left. He's got a catch made here. He's going to get across midfield, and Toby Kinghorn makes a tackle there as he gets into Wildcat territory about the 47-yard line. And Wildcat defense has pitched a shutout here through 2 interceptions in the first half, 2 goal line stands. I don't want to give up a cheap touchdown.
No, you don't want to give up a cheap one, and I tell you, so we're going to have the running clock here in the second half, so it's going to be tough for Terry Parker. But you're right, you don't want to give up a cheap one.
Not after all the work they did to get where they did. They're going to hand the ball off straight ahead. The Wildcats clog it up this time, maybe a gain of 3 on the play. But Terry Parker, there's some athletes on this side of the field just like we saw with Westside last week, but the Wildcats just too much. Just too much.
Yeah, I mean, again, we were talking about it off the air a little bit after the second goal line stand inside the 1. That's just got to deflate you if you're an offense, that you had 2 opportunities and couldn't get any points out of it.
Roman Dole's in the shotgun now, 2nd down and 7. He's going to hand the ball straight ahead again. And Doles is going to push a couple of defenders over to get down near the 45, maybe the 43-yard line. He'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3 for this Parker offense.
Yeah, Wildcats, again, 35-0. Running clock here in the second half, so, again, just don't get beat over the top. I don't want Terry Parker to hang their hat on anything. They came into this game thinking they were just going to run through this old Podunk Baker County team, son, and now they're getting it took to them.
3rd down and 3. Here we go. Roman Dole's in the shotgun, and the Wildcats are going to come offside. He gave a little hard count, and the Wildcats couldn't resist. They were coming after the quarterback on this play, and we're going to give them 5 yards on the offsides.
Oh, that's frustrating. Now, Coach Kennedy, he's frustrated by that. Again, I say it because I say it every time. Our team does that, guys. I know you see it in practice. Watch the football.
Oh, goodness. We got some guys on that earlier in the year. We haven't done that as much lately. Maybe we're saving that for later. 1st down and 10 now. Parker with the football down around the 35-yard line of the Wildcats. 8:41 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Cats on top 35-0. Remind Wildcat fans we'll be back at home next week. Next Friday night, the Wildcats will be at home. 7 o'clock kickoff again. Handoff this time as Dole gives the ball to Brooks, and Brooks is going to fight his way down inside the 35 near the 32-yard line. But, Jackie, a big one for Wildcat fans. Let me tell you, there's a lot of folks that wear Wildcat red and black and gold or whatever Wildcat color you wear that don't like the Bowles Bulldogs. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, ain't no doubt.
Yeah, but they're going to come to town next week. The Bowls going to bring those orange and blue Bulldogs into Memorial Stadium next Friday night at 7 o'clock, and we need a packed house. That's going to be a big one.
I was talking to Coach Kennedy earlier about this, and my recollection, a Wildcat football team has never beat a Bowls football team.
No,
am I correct?
Yeah, you're correct.
We gave them 2 scares, one in recent history and one way in past history, but, man, what it wouldn't mean to finally beat the Bowls Bulldogs.
Yeah, Thomas Sirk and that gang, I tell you what, we had the best chance, and that was back, if I can remember Thomas Sirk's playing time, somewhere around 09 or so. We had them on the ropes at Memorial Stadium, and they staged a little fourth-quarter rally to come back and beat the Cats there. That was the best chance that I've been witness to, as Terry Parker is going to complete a pass down here inside the 10-yard line and going to get a face mask on top of it, as Terry Parker looks like this might be their best opportunity to score here, Jackie. But going back to that, yeah, that Thomas Sirk-led team back in, I want to say it was 09. I may have the years wrong, but either chance, that was our best chance to win in recent memory for sure, and we let it slip away. So the Wildcats will host Bowls next Friday night, 7 o'clock from Memorial Stadium, and that'll be a big one. I know a lot of folks in Baker County have circled that one on the calendar and been looking forward to it. And it's going to be an exciting time. We're going to get a timeout on the field here with Terry Parker with the ball inside the 10-yard line. Right at the 1-yard line, they'll have it first down and goal after the big pass completion down the field.
2011. Yeah, we got former Wildcat Jared Lee here.
I was 2 years off. Jared Lee's got the memory.
He was on that team.
Well, he's young, and if he was on the team, that's why he would remember. Jared Lee used to play some good football in that Wildcat defense.
Yeah, up 21-7 in the fourth quarter. The Wildcats were, and
I think it was 28-14, somewhere near 6 minutes to go, and they came back and won, down 28-14. I remember that game well. Thomas Sirk, quarterback. I tell you what, man, that was a tough one, because I actually was David Crummy was on the air with me that night, and I actually think that we had called it a win. Yeah, it was headed that way.
I think everybody in Memorial Stadium had thought that.
I think Jared Lee wore number 22, if I remember correctly. Is that right, Jared? Jared, the Gators going to win tomorrow at Texas A&M? 3 touchdowns, he says.
Wow.
Terry Parker going to get on the board from 1 yard out. They score their first touchdown of the night and only the 3rd touchdown that the Wildcat defense has given up. And we hate to see it, Jackie. After 2 goal line stands and 2 interceptions in the first half that kept Terry Parker out of the end zone, with 6:12 to go in the third quarter, they get their first touchdown.
Yeah, and I tell you, I almost think that was a sympathy call. The line judge came running in. He had to run in a long way before he was willing to call that a touchdown. I thought he was going to call him down again at the 1 yard line, but nonetheless, they give him the touchdown. So with 5 minutes left here in the third quarter, and that's what that running clock will do to you, Mike. I mean, you're under 6 minutes now, and you've had the ball the whole time and finally score a touchdown.
Well, Jackie, give us an update here as we wait the kickoff in a moment. Give us an update on the Baker County Youth Wildcats and what you've got in store tomorrow. I know last week I think you went to Hawthorne. Tell us about it and tell us what we've got going on tomorrow. We're going to get an interception on the 2-point conversion.
Connor South,
so
good hands.
We'll stop them there. 35-6 will be the score, and we'll get the kickoff in a moment. Give us an update.
So we look to go the Baker County Touchdown Club and the Youth Wildcats, 6U, 8U, 10U, and 12U. We're going to be at home in Memorial Stadium tomorrow taking on the Georgia Flames out of Brunswick, Georgia. They're going to come down here and get a little taste of some Wildcat. And so come on out. If you're not doing anything tomorrow, games start at 10 o'clock, and they are one right after the other at 10 o'clock. So the 6U will start us off at 10 a.m., and come on down, man. Got announcers and music and all kinds of concession stands wide open, and come watch some young Wildcat football. Those little kids, they like to get after it, and all of them from 5 to 13, they just want to be Wildcats when they grow up. So fun to watch, fun to coach.
Well, so you're coaching the what? 8U?
8U, yeah.
So are you the offensive coordinator, the defense coordinator, what, head coach?
I'm more of the GM. I make sure all the administrative stuff's done. I tell my coaches what they do and don't do well. But then when it comes down to losing or not doing it, then I blame it on them. So I got the best of both worlds.
Wildcats going to return the kickoff here from the 5-yard line. J. Madru is coming out across the 15, still on his feet out across the 20, and he's going to get corralled over there on the far sideline as the Cat offense will be back on the field. The running clock does wonders for the time it takes us to get out of here. Now only 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, but the Wildcat offense will come back on the field. Well, Jackie, good luck tomorrow. Who'd you say we're playing?
The Georgia Flames out of Brunswick.
Brunswick, Georgia.
Yeah.
The Georgia Flames. Well, good luck. What time's the 8U play?
8U, we kick off at 11:30, and then Jared, he's the defensive coordinator of the 10U team. Mm-hmm. They'll be right behind us at 1 o'clock, I believe.
So if you're looking for something to do in the middle of the day tomorrow, head down to Memorial Stadium and watch the young Wildcats. Get after it.
Watch us put on a show.
I'll be watching the Gator game.
I know, man. Can we get anything but a noon game? My goodness.
It's the worst. First down play, Carson Crawford back there. Going to give the ball straight ahead. The Wildcats running out across the 25-yard line or so. Pick up a couple of yards here as the clock turns. 35-6 ball game here late in the third quarter.
How are you a top 5 SEC team and just cannot get
they waited.
A 3:30 kickoff?
They waited until they saw the results from last week to post the CBS game. Even if you're not the 3:30 CBS game, how about a 7 o'clock ESPN game?
Thank you.
Night game, something. 12 o'clock is terrible. Scooby Graham going to take one straight ahead and get across the 40-yard line and get the Wildcat first down to move the chains out across the 40-yard line, and that's going to put Scooby Graham over 100 yards rushing tonight. He had 94 at the half, and Scooby Graham getting it done tonight. I tell you what, that run he had in the first half where he broke tackles at the line of scrimmage, taking the ball down to the 1-yard line to set up the Cam Smith touchdown run, that's the Scooby Graham from last year that I remember, and he's having a good night. Carson Crawford's going to fake the handoff this time and go straight ahead, getting close to midfield. Cats pushing the ball out across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Got one of those youth Wildcats standing over here with his Uncle Jared.
Yeah, Jake Lee, man. He's one of the start running backs on that 10U team. He wears 22 also.
He's wearing 22.
Wears it a lot better than his uncle did. Plays a lot harder.
I got to get one of those hats. Good-looking hat. Second down play, second down and 5. A little fumble on the mix-up there in the middle of the pile. Going to have to see who was able to get on the football. Wildcats able to maintain possession, thankfully. Just a little confusion. Him and Jamarian Baker kind of ran together, and the ball ends up on the ground, but it'll be third down about 4 for the Cats. Just shy of midfield.
And just like that, again, with the running clock, you're at a minute now left in the third quarter.
Yeah, the running clock, really, I mean, it's one of those things that's kind of it's necessary in high school football, but it's one of those things that really, once you have the running clock, it just removes any doubt about the game. Scooby Graham going to get the carry, flag down behind the play, but Scooby Graham making guys miss down to the 40-yard line of Terry Parker, gets to the 39, but I think this is going to be a holding call against the Wildcats. At least that's where the flag was thrown in that vicinity. And the Wildcats are pointing toward Terry Parker. Let's see if this is against the Braves.
Oh, yeah.
Timeout. That's going to probably be the last play of the third quarter as the clock continues to run. Scooby got that run all the way down to the 40-yard line. And let's see. These officials take their time when they're making a call, don't they?
So I did get a little bit of an update.
Yeah.
Tucker Roberts, coach at the middle school Bobcat team, he said that in the 60s, the Cats did beat the Bowles Bulldogs.
Is that right?
That's what he says. So,
well, if you got to go back that far. That, and I'll tell you, there's been some years. I don't know how many state championships the Bowles Bulldogs have over there. Things have changed so much in high school football in the last 30 years, but classifications have changed. You remember, used to be a lot of 1A to 6A schools, and then the classifications spread out. Now we've got 8 classifications in the state of Florida. Baker County for years and years and years played a 3A schedule for a long time, and then once the classifications changed to 5A, you can say moved up, but it's kind of similar, but the teams are more spread out now. So Bowles has been in a different classification with us for a long time, but there have been some years over the past 24 or 5 years I've been on the radio here where we've been in the same district with them, and we had to play them on a yearly basis, and those games didn't go well. But if we did win in the 60s, that's great. But we need to win next Friday.
I'd love to have one next Friday. I mean, chance you go in, you're 5-0 on the season, you coming off a victory like this, and I mean, haven't really been tested. And I say that, yeah, you've been tested physically on the field, but as far as getting deep into a game and needing to pull out a victory, have not been tested in that aspect at all. The scores haven't even been close for this Wildcat team. So going to have to stay focused this week and get after it in practice. So we bring the Bowles Bulldogs to Memorial Stadium next week and try to come away with another W.
It'd be great. It'd be great to see that. I'm looking forward to that matchup. I've been looking forward to it. A couple of weeks ago when we had Westside Terry Parker in between the Bowles game at home, we kind of looked at that Bowles game and said, man, if we can just win these next 2 games and be 5-0 heading to that Bowles game, it's going to set up a big clash. And it will. Cam Smith's going to run the football for the Cats. He's down inside the 35, still moving his feet. Gets down inside the 25-yard line, and the Wildcats will have a second down from there. Clock running clock here in the second half. The Cats on top 35-6. I'd like to see them hit the end zone one more time. How about you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, just keep clicking, run some time off the clock. We talked to Coach Mays at the coach's show. Pull Cameron over there, hold him until there's only 15 seconds left, then let him go.
Handoff coming around the end. This is Jamarian Baker carrying the football. He's going to get downfield and get down close to the 10-yard line. A good run for Jamarian Baker coming around the corner and turning the corner and getting about 9 yards.
Yeah, Jamarian Baker doing a good job again on that left-hand side. Just finding something over there. Ross Crummy doing a good job from his tackle spot, sealing the end. Cam Smith doing a good job lead blocking, and they're just picking up chunk yardage again in the fourth quarter.
This is one of the hardest fields that we've been at, Jackie, to see the line of scrimmage from where we are. It's just a tough vantage point. First down play. Carson Crawford keeps it, runs to the left side. He's going to be inside the 10, barreling his way down to the 5. Little zone read play at the line of scrimmage, and Crawford picks up about 5 yards on the first down carry. It's going to be second down. The Wildcats can pick up a first down, but it's going to be right around the 1-yard line.
First down. Let's just score. Let's score. Give them the ball back. Hope they run 9 minutes off of here.
Cam
Get
Smith.
to the house.
Yep, Cam Smith in the backfield. He's going to get the carry. Cam Smith trying to get outside, and a defender has him by the shirt collar, and they're going to pull him down for a loss. He had one defender that got back there, and he just got a pinky inside the jersey of Cam Smith, and he's going to pull him down for a loss there. So if Cam Smith can get by that one defender, he's probably got the outside to the pylon.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Cam Smith is definitely the shiftiest of the backs for the Wildcats and probably the fastest. If there is one downfall he's got, he is the smaller of the backs, and so usually one of those big defensive ends gets their paws on him, they're able to bring him down. But you see him picking his way through there right now, fighting to get to the end zone.
Fighting down there on the third down carry. Cam Smith went around the right end, and he gets it all the way down inside the 5, and we'll have to see exactly how far we've got for a first down here as they set the down marker. It's 4th down and 1. 4th down and 1 from the 2-yard line. Need to get it to the 1 for a first down. The Wildcats go hurry up. Carson Crawford takes the shotgun snap. He's going to hand it off to Baker, and Baker's got the first down, I believe. Maybe a touchdown. He's in the end zone.
Just a good push that time. Initially, Terry Parker stood it up in the middle, but those big linemen just keep turning their legs. Jamarian Baker keeps pumping and able to get into the end zone.
Wildcats extend the lead out to 41-6 now after the Jamarian Baker touchdown run, and the Wildcats continue to just pile up big wins against teams week in, week out. And as I mentioned, that Terry Parker touchdown a moment ago, only the third touchdown against this Wildcat team all year, only 18 points given up by this defense. Blake Mays on to add the extra point, and he's going to drill it right down the middle. And Blake Mays has been good. 6 for 6. 6 for 6 tonight on extra points, and the Cats go up 42-6. Let's take a timeout. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout here. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation is honored to be a sponsor of Wildcat football. James Curry is a proud Baker County Wildcat, class of 1987. He and his wife Shannon own Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation, located at 380 North Louder Street in McClenny. They can be reached 24 hours a day by calling 259-2806. To learn more, please visit www.blackburncurryfh.com. Proving not all funeral homes are the same, one family at a time. Go Wildcats!
Beautiful night for football here over on the south side of Jacksonville. The Wildcats doing battle with the Terry Parker Braves tonight. Baker County a 42-6 lead until a moment ago. Terry Parker got a kickoff just a moment ago, and just like that, they found a defender behind the defense somehow and threw a long touchdown pass to make it 42-12. They're about to try the extra point.
Yeah, they rolled it back. The snap was on the ground, and everybody was hollering, get on the ball, and Dole picks it up and finds a man that got caught. Defenders got caught looking in the backfield, and receiver just flips out over the top of him, and Dole's able to find him.
So it's just over 5 minutes left.
They're going to get the 2-point conversion here to make it a 42-14 ball game with 5 minutes left to go in the evening. Jackie, we spent some time talking about next week, and next week is a big one. Baker County hosting Bowles. The Bowles Bulldogs will travel to Memorial Stadium next Friday night. You look at the next few weeks for this Wildcat football team. They're 5-0 after tonight. We're going to take on Bowles. We're going to take on Bishop Kenny, take on West Nassau, and take on Swanee to close out the year. We played some teams here that, some people might listen. Westside and Terry Parker, a lot of talent on these football teams. Orange Park, it was a little bit different situation over there, but I think he's trying to rebuild that program. Early on against Bradford County, though, good showing. I mean, the Wildcats haven't faced any competition that really gave us a fit. We've had no close games at halftime. it'll be interesting, as you said, to see this week of practice and preparation, as we would expect a Bowls game to be a tight ball game, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, Bowls, it doesn't matter what's going on over there. They're going to have a good squad that they bring to the table. And coaching change last year, the year before, so going to see some familiar faces on that coaching sideline.
J-Mod Ruiz is going to return the kickoff from inside the 10. Flags fly on the kickoff return. He gets out to the 25-yard line. The Wildcats will have it there on offense. Probably the last offensive possession of the night with 4:50 to go in the ball game. Jackie, if you're getting ready for that Bowls-Bulldogs matchup next week in McClenny, want to remind you the Baker Prevention Coalition, along with Lions and Lions there in McClenny, have been bringing you the Wildcat warm-up tailgate party for all high school students of Baker County. You're all welcome. Come up there and join in to the Wildcat warm-up tailgate party, 5 o'clock at the Lions and Lions parking lot. If you don't know where that is and you're a kid in high school, just go where the Wildcat drive-in movie theater used to be.
Yeah, so they'll know exactly where that's
at, right? I'm kidding. It's right across the street from the Wildcat football field, right across from Memorial Stadium. Lions and Lions just across there as you're headed toward the duck pond. Everybody knows where the duck pond is. So Lions and Lions, they'll host the tailgate party at 5 o'clock. They'll have free food, music, and games and giveaways. And if you're a high school student at Baker County, the Baker Prevention Coalition and Lions want you to come down there and enjoy the festivities before the ball game. And, Jackie, I know if we were in high school, we'd be down there, wouldn't we?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Free food, music, and games. Sounds like my kind of deal. 5 o'clock, if you're a high school student, get on down there to the Wildcat warm-up tailgate party right across the street from Memorial Stadium in the Lions and Lions parking lot. And I got to just say, thanks to Baker Prevention Coalition, thanks to Farm Bureau, thanks to Larry Berkins at Berkins Chevrolet, thanks to Dual State, Sabrina Thrift, thanks to Oscar Gray down there, Dependable Heating and Air. You know, Jackie, this past Monday night on our Monday Night Coaches Show, we had a chance to go down to the Baker County, the City of McClenny Fire Department there, and Chief Scott Cruz had us and hosted us there for the radio show this past Monday night at 7 o'clock. We'll have our radio show coming up again this Monday night. I want to thank Scott Cruz for having us down there to the fire station this past Monday night. Learned a lot about the fire department here in Baker County and what they do to serve the citizens of Baker County, and we appreciate them having us there for the coaches show this past week. But Oscar Gray, big sponsor, I want to thank Higginbotham's Towing and Recovery over in Glen St. Mary, Blackburn Curry Funeral Home, all those guys making it possible to get Wildcat Radio football on the air, and want to thank Glen Baptist Church over there in John Meadows for pushing all the buttons while we're out here talking.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we thank all of our sponsors and our listeners. I mean, without the listening audience, obviously sponsors don't sponsor, so thanks for everybody listening in, but the sponsors for doing what they do, and poor John Meadows. Everybody else in the county can turn us off at any given time, but poor old John's got to sit there, and he's got to endure it all game long, so we appreciate him very much.
Each and every Friday night before the Wildcat football game, starting at about 6 o'clock for next week. Well, next week I need to remind you, it's a 7 o'clock kickoff next week. We've had 2 6 o'clocks in a row the last couple of weeks, but next week will be back to a normal time, 7 o'clock. So an hour before the game, each Friday night, John Meadows re-airs the coaches show from the previous week. So if you don't get a chance to listen to our coaches show Monday night at 7 o'clock, you can listen to it again an hour before kickoff next Friday night, probably about 5:45. It'll be on the air.
Get in on all the behind-the-scenes action.
All behind-the-scenes action. There you go. I tell you what, we've got 3 minutes to go in the ball game here. We're getting a little timeout on the field. We're going to take a timeout with them. We'll take 1 minute, send it back to John Meadows at the station, and we'll be back. You're listening to WFBB and Wildcat Football.
Hi, this is Larry Berkins of Berkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Berkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Berkins at Berkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BerkinsChevy.com.
Hey, Wildcat fans, this is Anita Cruz with Country Financial Credit Union. This challenging year has caused us to miss out on many of our favorite things, but thankfully it hasn't taken away our Friday night lights. It also hasn't changed our credit union's ability to serve your financial needs. Whether you're looking for fee-free checking, mobile banking, or great rates on loans, we're here to help. In fact, we're big enough to meet all your financial needs, yet small enough to deliver personal service to every member. Country Financial Credit Union, hometown banking, hometown people, and proud sponsor of the Baker County Wildcats, insured by NCUA.
Two and a half minutes to go in the ball game here from Terry Parker High School. Mike Cruz, Jackie Baker, Statman, Justin Thomas bringing you all the action week in, week out. 2020 Baker County Wildcat football. You know, Jackie, we keep up with all these guys. We always talk about some of these guys playing college football and that are out there doing their thing. We've got a lot of little Baker County, not little, but we got a lot of Baker County guys out there playing for some different colleges. But several years ago, we had a guy from here that went and played at a college up in Cincinnati, Ohio, and played for the Bearcats. Number 5, Mike Boone, if you remember, Mike Boone. And, Jackie, we talked about Mike earlier this year, but Mike's in his 3rd year now with the Minnesota Vikings, and this week had something special happen. Mike Boone was named the NFL Special Teams Player of the Week. And, you know, I always talk about the fact that, you know, it's such an honor to have somebody from Baker County even playing in the NFL, let alone for 3 straight rosters with the Minnesota Vikings, 3 years. And for him to be named Special Teams Player of the Week this week, what an honor for Mike Boone, and just shows his outstanding work ethic and the commitment he's had to play in football. And, yeah, I tell you what, man, that is just awesome to hear. And Mike Boone, he forced a fumble, had some tackles on special teams. Just, you know, they've got Dalvin Cook up there as a starting running back, and if it was me, I'd start Mike Boone over Dalvin Cook, but he's playing in a reserve role as far as running back goes, but he's on the special teams, and I tell you what, man, it's an honor to even be able to say a name that somebody that we know and a guy that won Special Teams Player of the Week.
Yeah, I mean, you remember when he got selected to the active roster. I mean, we made a huge deal about that,
Yes,
just to have somebody from Baker County, you know. I mean, we've had a couple guys go over there, but obviously him being the most recent, and so we were excited, and then he got on the active roster, and he got to play in a game, and we were all about that. And now here he is a few years in, and the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. So what an honor for Mike Boone to just continuing to grind, man. Just one of those hard workers that not a 4 or 5 star out of high school, but just worked his butt off in Cincinnati and just taking advantage of every chance he's getting in his football career. So we wish him the best.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Jackie. When you drive through a lot of small towns through Georgia and you drive through small towns in Alabama, I've done this in time. The Wildcats are going to fake a punt here. Carson Crawford was the up man, and he's going to get a first down, and we'll keep the ball with a flag. But, listen, you drive through some of these little towns through Georgia and Alabama, and when you drive into the town, a lot of these little towns have signs up, and they'll say, hometown of so-and-so that plays for the, Green Bay Packers. Well, I'm going to tell the folks of Baker County, man, when you drive into Baker County, we need to have a purple and white sign up that says Baker County, home of Minnesota Viking player Mike Boone. I'm going to call for that, Jackie. We need to get that on the city commission.
Yeah, hey, I'm all for it, Mike. Making us proud, little old Baker County, to be playing in the NFL. I support it.
It's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. I know that in the world of people graduate from high school all the time. They graduate from college. They go on to have very good, successful jobs. I get that. But it's not often that you get to hear about a very successful Baker County guy making it to the NFL. That's a big deal, man. And I tell you, I salute Mike Boone for the work that he's done, because you don't get to stay on a roster for 3 years by just sitting around and being lazy. I'll tell you that.
That's right. Yep, that's exactly right.
So if somebody in Baker County can get that done, I want to drive through, I want to get off the interstate one day and see that sign there. Baker County, home of NFL, Minnesota Viking, Mike Boone. How about it?
Yeah, do a billboard. Put his picture out there.
There you go. I like it. Under a minute to go here in the ball game. The Wildcats are going to leave Terry Parker tonight with a 42-14 win. I meant to bring that up during the halftime, Jackie, and we got talking about those Georgia fans, and we went past it. But
yeah, Speaking of Georgia fans, I got one more. Mr. Buck Oden, my neighbor. He's a neighbor out there, and he said he enjoys Wildcat football, and he does a bunch for us, and we appreciate him listening in. And listen, let me tell you city folks something. I said he's my neighbor, so y'all thinking we just go out the front door and holler, and Mr. Buck's standing right there. Mr. Buck, he lives about a mile and a half from my house, but where we live, that's considered neighbors, right across the creek.
That's as the crow flies. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
You take the road, it's about 5 miles. Right? Yeah, I think the last time I heard from him was at the Florida-Georgia game last year. He texted me, "Go Dogs," and I'm still mad at him. Those Georgia fans, they're a different breed. Well, we won't talk about that anymore. 42-14. Mr. Buck, if you're still listening, go Wildcats. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's all the shout-outs, and we're under 10 seconds here in the ball game. The Wildcats are going to come away with a 42-14 victory, and again, not even a close game for this Wildcat football team.
Big night for the Wildcats. I tell you what, big night for the Wildcats. 42-14. The Wildcats raise their helmet. They're victorious here over Terry Parker. We'll move to 5-0 on the season. And looking forward to a big showdown next week, Jackie, 7 o'clock at Memorial Stadium. Next Friday night, the Bulldogs will come to town. And Justin Thomas and myself and you, Jackie, will be there. And if you get a chance to get to the stadium next week, come down and support the Wildcats. If not, you can listen to the game right here on 97.5 FM WFBB. And Monday night, Jackie, 7 o'clock, we'll be on the air again with our Baker County Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning Wildcat Radio Coaches Show. So we'll talk to Coach Kevin Mays, and we might even bring a Wildcat player or two down to the Coaches Show Monday night. So make sure you listen in at 7 o'clock Monday night. It's always an hour of good, fun, just talk about Wildcat football, and we've even gotten Coach Mays to lighten up and talk about, just some fun stuff here and there.
Yeah. He got good instructions from his wife. That she said, hey, don't be boring. Don't be boring. And so here he's not boring anymore.
Not boring anymore, and this Wildcat football team not boring either. 42-14, the win here at Terry Parker. We're going to give it back to Glen Baptist Church and John Meadows now, and we're going to head back to Baker County. Want to say good night, everybody. Look forward to talking to you Monday night and again next Friday night from Memorial Stadium. Wildcats win 42-14, 5-0 on the season. Good night, everybody.